For nearly a month, the world held its breath as a fragile ceasefire between Washington and Tehran kept the guns silent. But suddenly, Trump has lashed out at Iran, warning them to be blown off the face of the earth. Everything seemed calm until 4th of May, but then the White House decided to use naval power, possibly to open up Hormuz or maybe out of frustration. US Navy destroyed 6 small Iranian boats targeting civilian vessels. Iran claims that they struck a US destroyer with missiles, though the US denies any damage to its warships. Not only that, Iranian drones set ablaze an oil port in the UAE, signaling that the conflict is far from settling down. President Trump has made a move that many feared would be the trigger for a total regional war. Dubbed Operation Project Freedom, the US has officially begun a military-led escort mission to jolt the Strait of Hormuz back open. The launch of the project isn't just a military move, it's a high-stakes gamble with the global economy, as Trump is betting that putting 15,000 troops and a fleet of destroyers in the strait will jolt the world's most vital energy route back to life. But international community is split on that. While the UAE and Israel have signaled total support, major Asian economies are trapped in the crossfire. China, which relies on this route for the bulk of its energy, has called the US presence as dangerous and irresponsible.
在相关方业已达成临时停火安排的情况下，美方加码军事部署，采取定向封锁行动，只会激化矛盾，加剧局势紧张，破坏本就脆弱的停火局面。 并进一步冲击海峡通行安全，这是危险和不负责任的行为。中方认为，只有实现全面停火止战，才能从根本上为缓和海峡局势创造条件。
Within hours of Project Freedom's launch, the ceasefire was tested. US Navy destroyers moved to secure a narrow transit path where they were met by a swarm of Iranian boats. The US Navy sank 6 Iranian small boats, allegedly harassing neutral ships. While the Pentagon reports a successful strike on military targets, Tehran claims the US actually attacked civilian cargo vessels traveling from Oman, resulting in 5 deaths. The combat isn't just confined to the water, it has reached the shores of UAE. A massive fire engulfed the Fujairah oil industry zone, a critical hub that allows the UAE to bypass the Strait of Hormuz. Multiple missile interceptions were reported by the officials. The UAE said a tanker linked to its state oil firm was hit in the strait. Abu Dhabi called the incident a dangerous escalation and said it reserved the right to respond. South Korea, which also reported an explosion on one of its ships nearby, is now being pressurized by Trump to join the mission. France and the UK condemned the strikes, with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer saying London would continue to support its Gulf partners. In a chilling ultimatum delivered to Fox News, President Trump warned that if Iran continues to target US vessels guiding ships, the regime will be blown off the face of the earth. It will be interesting to see how Trump interacts with Chinese Premier Xi Jinping when he visits Beijing for a pivotal summit. China has already labelled the US naval presence as dangerous. With things heating up in the West Asia, the so-called Truce of April already feels like a distant memory. Trump is now betting on his Project Freedom to force a resolution. But is it even a pragmatic approach? And how does Iran justify its actions in UAE? As the sun sets over the Persian Gulf, it seems like we will be heading back to where it all started, the violent clash that puts the globe in danger.